Welcome to another episode, everyone. And this is part two of a blood mistakenly, if you will, enters a Crip module. When I left off, I was telling you that young blood had been brutalized there in the Crip module. They had let him slide for a couple of days, and then they had had enough. And though young blood held his ground, he was viciously attacked, and he really had no chance. So now the Bloods have gotten the word. They are vexed. These individuals put two Bloods up to the retaliation task. The Bloods are very organized and structured, even there in the Los Angeles County Jail, particularly at this time. They did not hesitate. They charged two Bloods with carrying out the mission of finding a Crip and demolishing him. They wanted the same treatment of this Crip that young blood had received. They made this explicitly clear to the two Bloods. This is not a situation where these individuals get a fair one. This is not a situation where we seek out a 2-on-2, a 5-on-5. This is a situation where you two individuals are looking to catch just one Crip in the same way that it was only one Blood over there in the module, young blood, who they sent out on a stretcher. The word has hit the county jail as a whole. Everyone knows what happened, that a Blood had entered the Crip module and left out on a stretcher. Though he stood 10 toes down, the Crips eventually pulverized him. All of the police know what happened, so everyone is really on alert. The two Bloods are walking around the Los Angeles County Jail hunting a Crip. These two individuals are getting out on a visit together at the same time. They are always together, and they are strapped to the T. They picked these two individuals because of their prowess with the blicky. They've been known to use the knife and use it effectively. And because of this, and they had the temperament to pull off a bloody attack. Because of this, they sent these two soldiers on a die-hard mission. But they were up for the task. So they're going around and they're going to medical mainly, these two individuals. And they're hitting individuals up. Where you from? Where you from, Blood? Now, they know who the Bloods are. They have a blood module. So they can easily say, this dude is not from our module. He's not a Blood. Must be one of them. The word is getting out that the Bloods are walking around aggressively looking for a Crip. You all know why. After the first day of not really being able to find one, they're perturbed. The Bloods are. They're upset. They want blood. So quite a few of them ended up going to medical, walking around looking for some Crips. Naturally, they ran across about 3 Crips. It was about 5 Bloods, and they orchestrated an attack. It was a melee down there in medical. They went back and forth. The Bloods got the best because there were 5 Bloods. These individuals were raving mad already. It was an emotional attack. They loved young blood and felt like the Crips had really crossed the line and had even did the police's bidding. It was personal. After the melee had subsided, the Bloods were not satisfied. They felt like this was not enough. Again, they put 2 individuals up to finding one Crip. 5-on-3, 5-on-5, 10-on-5. That's not what they're looking for. We want one to show y'all how it feels when your only friend, your only homie is outnumbered and y'all still dog him out anyway. And it's only one of him. We want to do the same. We're going to do the same thing. So the Bloods continue to walk around the Los Angeles County Jail. The two crash out blood, seeking blood and vengeance. Eventually, not surprisingly, they catch up to a Crip again down there in medical. They see this individual and he has tattoos everywhere. Now the Crips have already been put on alert. Do not get caught slipping right now. The atmosphere is tense. The Bloods want revenge. Do not get caught by yourself. If you do, make sure you have your blicky on you, because there are two Bloods walking around the Los Angeles County Jail hunting anyone pushing the blue. They took heed, but it wasn't much that they can do. You get called to medical, you get called to visit, you got to go to court, you got to go. You can't say, come with me. If he doesn't have a pass to go with you to medical, they call you to medical, you got to go to medical. So a Crip went down there to medical, and the Bloods knew that eventually they would catch one. That's why they kept lurking until they ran across one, and this individual had tattoos everywhere. He couldn't deny that he was a Crip had he wanted to. They seen him. They're sitting right there on the benches, the two Bloods, right there in the hallway in medical. And they see the Crip. He's turned from at the medication window, getting his pills, and has turned, because first his back was to them. He turned around and they see him. He's walking towards them, and they see his tattoos everywhere on his face. Crip this, Crip that. So the Blood said, okay, we got one. Look. Tap each other. Look. They're ecstatic. They're happy. As if they're kids going to a candy store. The Crip, apparently blind to the facts. He walks by, just looks at him, and keeps going. He don't hit him up, and they didn't say anything. They let him walk on by. He walked on by. He's walking up. They let him get way further ahead. Then they just begin to follow him. They want to get to a blind spot. They don't want this thing to be broken up anytime soon. Had they attacked him right there in medical, there's too many police right there. They're going to break it up too quickly, especially just 3 people total or 2 on 1. They'd better break that up. 10 on 10, not so much. They follow this individual up the elevator. He still apparently does not know that he's being stalked. And the reasons why. Get up the elevator and get on the floor. The 2 Bloods ran up on him swiftly and without hesitation, without remorse, and with plenty of anger in their veins, attacked the Crip individual, stabbed him up, beat him down, kicked him in the face, and they would not let up. The Crip had tried to fight back. He was a stumped down individual. All of these individuals at this time were stumped down in the LA County Jail. All of them. All of the suckers had long since been weeded out. They're not on the main line. They're not in general population. These modules are vicious, full, replete with individuals with monstrous intentions. Crip stayed stomped down and tried to squabble back, but he was no match. He didn't have a strap. He didn't have a blicky, a burner, for whatever reason, because the word is already out that these 2 individuals are literally going in different modules, all this sort of stuff, looking for Crip. They ain't went in the Crip module, but you got Crips in every module. You have the Crip module where they're concentrated at, the Crips, but you have Crips in another module. 2 or 3 of them here, just scattered around. Some of them didn't want to go to the Crip module, the Crip. They somewhere else. The Bloods know that They looking around anywhere for one of them. The Crip is squabbling up, but he's no match. They put these two individuals on him for a reason. These two individuals did burpees every day, worked out, did push-ups, read Black history literature. Soldiers, strong individuals. They just were dedicated to their hood. Put on a mission, they're going to carry it out. These dudes were up to the task. They pulverized young Crip, got him on the ground. These were two beasts. And they displayed bestial behavior as they stomped him and stabbed him until the police came finally and broke it up and saved young Crip's life. But the damage was extensive. There was blood everywhere on the floor. Young Crip was down on the floor, immobile. Couldn't move. He had holes in his face. His face was leaking. They stabbed him in the legs, in the chest. He was trying to block. He had stab wounds on his arm. They worked him over. Because they worked him over so much, as you can imagine, the Crips, though, were the ones who had initiated everything. They now are upset again. Now they are pissed that these individuals have took off in medical. The Bloods responded 5-on-3, got the best. And now caught one of their own, stalked him, walked him down up the elevator and tried to delete him. This was clear. This was a relentless attack. So it did not end there. I don't really want to bring you a part 3 and all of that. Never did a part 3, but it did not end there. It was a war in the county jail at this time between the Bloods and the Crips over this situation. It happened and it lasted for a little while. The Crips responded. I don't know, maybe I will bring you that, man, because this one went on for a minute, because now the Crips responded again, bro. They went on an attack. The Bloods did this to Young Blood, but the Bloods were holding their own. It was a war between the two for a little while over this. There was some back and forth. That's what happened there in part 2. They did stalk down and walk down a Crip and put him down. They were upset. But again, it did not end there, unfortunately. Maybe I'll do part 3. We'll see. Stay safe and stay free. Well, wait a minute. Make sure. So that's it. They demolished him. They came and got him, took him out on the stretcher, the Crip. Make sure I finished that correctly. Came and got the Crip. They took him out. Yeah, that was it. The two Bloods, they had to go to the hole. They went down because they then they killed the dude. And now the Crips caught wind, of course, and, they're upset. And they responded. We'll see if I do that. Stay safe and stay free, people.